So this isn't necessarily about specific conspiracies, but this is about psychology. So the question is not whether something is taking place or not, but why people are so resistant to accepting the fact that something could possibly be a conspiracy theory. The truth is that conspiracies happen all the time. They're not fake. I mean, people lie. Human beings lie. They flock together and then they have their secret societies and then they lie about things. Why? To control, to stay in control, and to serve their agenda. So once you get past that realization and you think, oh, yes, that's true, people do that, then logically you go, well, yes, there are conspiracies. So if someone says, well, I have evidence that someone's in a conspiracy here, there's a conspiracy, that's called a conspiracy theory. But the minute people hear it, it's a trigger word. And they're like, you're fucking crazy. No, I have evidence to support a theory. That's what an investigator does, for example. Would you call a private investigator a fucking crazy person because he has evidence of a conspiracy? No. So this is called indoctrination. People are indoctrinated or programmed to believe that anybody talking about a conspiracy theory is automatically a nut. So once you get past that and accept the fact that it is possible that there are conspiracy theories, then you move on to why. Why would people lie? Why would people lie about the moon landing or the flat earth or anything like that? Well, okay, logically, once again, it's not about any one particular conspiracy or theory. It's the question of why would they do it? And that is for control. It's always about control, because the only way you can control someone is if they do not know how to be self-sustained and control themselves and not be dependent upon whatever the controllers are controlling. They control resources, money, food, water, whatever, medicine. So that in itself is motivation to want to control the masses. And that's what we've always seen in the world. This is not new. It's not crazy. That's what they do. So this is where I don't understand how people cannot see. Well, I do understand. It's called indoctrination. But, you know, the minute someone says NASA is lying and they are faking space footage, people shut them down. They're like, NASA would never lie. Well, we already know that people in corporations and governments and institutions and programs do lie. The higher ups do lie, and they have a reason for doing it. For control, okay? If you have billions and billions of dollars and endless resources, why wouldn't you fake space, ISS, and all that? That said, we also can see clearly that they are faking it because we can see the green screen and we can see objects disappearing. And this is from NASA's televised programming. This is not just what you see on YouTube. So all of this stuff adds up. It's evidence. And people that don't want to see it won't see it because they want to go to space and they want NASA to be real. You know, from little kids, they wanted to be an astronaut or whatever. It doesn't mean you can't be an astronaut. I'm saying it's possible they're faking it for money. They can fake it for money because it costs way less to fake something in a studio than it does to send an actual person up into the ISS. And a lot of flat earth people say, well, the ISS isn't real, space isn't real. Well, yeah, space is real. We're in space right now. This is space. All this is space. And the flat earth theory isn't what a lot of people think it is. Yes, you can still go up into the atmosphere and you can send objects up in the atmosphere that can circularly orbit over a flat disk plane. It's the same thing. They can be sustained by solar power, you know, but it's more expensive to try to keep a person in an object like that up there than it is to just duplicate it in a studio or in a plane that's in free fall, okay? You have to use your brain. You have to think like a control freak asshole millionaire or billionaire that doesn't want to waste money and knows the truth about the true nature of reality and doesn't want anybody else to know. That gets us to the flat earth theory and stuff like that. Why would people lie about the flat earth theory? Because if you understood and actually researched the flat earth model, what it really means, and not the snow globe cartoon version of it, you would see that it has to do with a toroidal field accretion disk. It's a very explainable physics model of a plasma field and how it works. Frozen plasma can form a dome over an accretion disk. It's all workable with science and math. And I mean, look at a galaxy. It has a flat disk plane. Things are floating on it. It has a black hole at the center where everything is suspended between above and below. It's 0 point inertia where matter coalesces in water, and the outer part of it is frozen plasma. So it's not that it's ridiculous. It's that people are not open to even wanting to understand it, because it shuts down everything that they believed, and they're very possessive about their beliefs. So this is psychology, is what it is. And indoctrination, the eyes cannot see what the indoctrinated mind refuses to accept. That's what we're dealing with. And the reason the toroidal accretion disk model of flat earth is so important is because it is the model of the human template, the spirit body, the energy body. And this template is self-sustained. If every human being knew they were self-sustained when they tapped into their true abilities, and this was outlined by the Jesus teachings, but people are unaware of it. It's an exact analogy for the human body and how it works. When the eye is single, the body is full of light. Okay, that means when you activate your third eye, intuition, you begin to understand the entirety of the universe and how it works above and below in the entire universe as a template. The same applies to your body. So that means if you understand all this, you can no longer be controlled, because you don't fear death. You don't fear a lack of water or food or technology or anything like that they hoard. And they can't control you once you get to that point. This is the biggest secret that was ever kept from humanity. And this is what I continue to try and tell people and help people with. And I'm not going to stop.